Our first guest I would like to introduce is the Congress chief of Karnataka, Mr. DK Shivakumar. Thank you very much, Mr. Shivakumar, for joining us. My first question to you is, how do you look at these allegations of corruption one after the other against the Karnataka government, and then juxtapose it with the fact that each day or each month, from hijab to halal to Muslim traders to now Eidgah, there is something or the other along communal lines?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Shivakumar, can you hear me?
Yes, just now I can hear you.
Yes, so my question is that there are corruption allegations, Karnataka Contractors Association saying that they were asked to pay 40% bribes, schools write to PM accusing Education Department of taking bribes, a police sub-inspector recruitment scam, and amid all of this, you see that month after month there is either a hijab row, Muslim trader ban, halal meat controversy, and now the the confusion and controversy over the Ganesh Utsav. Do you think that polarizing politics is a deliberate ploy to cover up the corruption charges?
No, see, already you mentioned, and yesterday also there was some story in your TV about 40% corruption. The Contractor Association has openly written to the Honorable Prime Minister. Why they wrote to the Honorable Prime Minister? The Honorable Prime Minister said that I will not eat or allow anyone to eat. That is what was the message given by the Honorable Prime Minister and the BJP government. The official association, it is a registered body recognized by the government of Karnataka. They themselves requested the Honorable Prime Minister that what is going on in Karnataka. When you came to Karnataka, you said in Congress regime there is 10%. Now it has become 40%. This is what you communicated to the people of the state. And now your government, your party and your government is doing this. That is what they said. Then they later in the stage, now the Education Department also has come out. They are also an official registered body. Then you see the recruitment scam in all the departments, including the police. All ministers have been involved. All IPS officers have been involved. Have you heard in the history of Indian administration system, a OMR sheet has been replaced. OMR sheet has been changed. What is the state of the youth of this country? The youth have been working hard, studying hard. They wanted to have their life. And now with this recruitment scam which is going on, with this corruption scam going on in Karnataka, with this education department, even at the time of COVID, this has become the corruption capital of this country. So this is the say. In order to cover that, they are coming out with hijab, halal, and all this Eidgah issue, and all this issue they are trying to cover it. I am very sorry, a state like Karnataka, well progressive, highly matured people are there. World is looking at Bangalore. The people are very much educated, and BJP, after coming to power, this has we thought that at least they will set a trend up for this country. I think I am very sorry to myself. I am very ashamed looking at all this.
Now, but Mr. Shivakumar, you see, while all of this is happening, you see there is another issue against us here who supported Rahul Gandhi, who basically said that he sees him as the Prime Minister, and there is a POXO case against him. And so far, none of the political parties have spoken against this particular case. Now, what does one imply? That we can accuse the BJP of, polarizing politics or, majority appeasement. But what about the Congress?
See, all political leaders of various political parties, including the prime ministers, either it be BJP or Janata Dal or Congress or various leaders have visited this mutt. This is a very historic mutt. There is some internal problem which has been going on since very long time. There is a law of this land. It is left to the government. Let they do whatever they want. We just look at what is going on in the mutts. They are doing some good works. We just look at, we don't know the internal issues which has been there. But as far as we don't want to intervene with
the allegation over here is in the POXO Act. And had this been any other state, I realize, I can see in pictures that he's seen with the top leaders and it's a very influential mutt. But the point is, had this been any other person or any other state, the Congress party itself would have demanded immediate arrest, as provisions of the POCSO Act would have stepped in or kicked in.
No, see,
why are you trudging so cautiously?
See, earlier there are so many instances like this. Earlier there are so many instances like this. Congress party, definitely we will respect the law of the land. But since someone has given a complaint or that, they has to do some investigation. We never want to interfere with their investigation because lot of issues have come out. So we have just said that let the law of this land take its own course.
Now, there's another question that I want to ask you. While the BJP, you accuse them of, basically engaging in polarizing politics ahead of elections to deflect attention from allegations of corruption. Do you think that your party, Mr. Shivakumar, is fighting fit to be able to take on the BJP next year in the elections? There are allegations that rather than fighting the BJP, Mr. Shivakumar is busy fighting Mr. Siddaramaiah. Mr. Siddaramaiah is busy fighting you.
No. I am busy with fighting with corruption. I am busy with fighting with BJP. I want a very progressive, good governance for Karnataka. We believe it. None of myself and Siddaramaiah, we never fight. It is all the media creation. You do let media tell 100 stories, but will not be bothered. Our main motto, all of us are joining together, working together to see that we will have a corrupt-free government in 2023. This is what I can assure you to the nation and assure you to NDTV also.
Sure. All right, Mr. DK Shivakumar, thank you very much for your time, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.